That'll be great. Sir, welcome. My name is Matt Fash. Work for the United States Naval Memorial. How you doing?
Fine.
If I could just please have your name and rank.
My name is Donald C. Brandt, and I was a Lieutenant JG in the U.S. Naval Reserve.
Fantastic. And sir, if you could just start us off from the beginning. When you enlisted in the Navy, and just bring us through.
Well, Pearl, the requirements to get into the Naval Air Corps was 2 years of college. Then you could, September 7th came along, and they reduced it to 1 year, so I had my 1 year. I enlisted in April. At the same time the Doolittle Raiders took off, and I was accepted in June. Trained in Cincinnati, small airport, learned how to fly. Went to pre-flight, learned how to swim, thank God. And that was a chore. But anyway, I learned how to swim and went to pre-flight, primary training in Minneapolis, final training in Pensacola, operational training where we flew fleet planes, F4F in Sanford, Florida. Flew carrier landings, made our qualification to 6 or 8 landings up in the Great Lakes, and went overseas in January of '44. Aboard the Hornet, joined the Air Group 2 in Hilo, Hawaii, went aboard the Hornet in March, flew around a little bit, got shot down at Guam on June 13th. Picked up by submarine by holding on a periscope, being pulled out because I was right next to the land. Went aboard the submarine, stayed there a month. Came back to the Hornet. It took me about 3 weeks to get back to the Hornet and finished my tour of duty. Then we went reformed the Air Group 2. I flew F4U Corsairs then, fighter bombers. Went out, trained. Went back to the Saipan, the Isle of Saipan, and we really didn't know it, but we were right on the edge of the Saipan where you could see Tinian, where the B-29s were taking off.
Oh, really?
And one of those we were watching was at Enola Gay.
Yeah. Wow.
And went into Japan. And of course, we all know about the 2 atomic bombs, the boxcar to follow. The war was over, and we were aboard Shangri-La, got to be ashore in Tokyo, see all the damage that was done with the incendiary bombs with the B-29s, and it didn't affect the people. The only thing that got their attention were the 2 atomic bombs. The war was over, and people will debate that from now on, but that's it. I was discharged, went back to school, got my engineering degree, and lived happily ever after.
Fantastic. Now, I'm going to bring you back a little bit. So when you first arrived aboard the Hornet, tell me what was going through your mind when you first saw the Hornet, your new assignment.
As a naval aviator, not too much goes through your mind. No. No, we joined the Air Group as replacement pilots before winter. There's not much goes through your mind. The first strike you make on enemy territory, you start, you don't know what's going on. But no, there's nothing that goes through your mind. You're trained, that's what you're trained for.
Right.
We're a part of an air group, and that's what you're trained with them for, so there's not a lot went through my mind. Maybe I'm sort of a simple case, but no,
Now tell me about when you got shot down. Can you just bring us through that?
Well, I was flying with the Air Group commander, and my pilot was sick. I was a lone ensign, just a new ensign pilot, so I was flying with the wing on the Air Group commander. There were a couple of puffs of anti-aircraft. We were 13,000 feet, by the way. We looked like a speck up there. Yeah. He got the Hirohito gunnery medal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever. I was hit, and they said, bail out, you're on fire, and you just don't get captured by the Japanese. So I took everything off and put it down, go as fast as I could to get off the island. And I don't know, do you ever take a car and go over a hump like this?
Yeah.
And you leave the seat?
Yes.
I was wondering, I was going pretty fast, and I was wondering how I was gonna get out of here, so I said, well, I gotta get off this island. I gave one more push and I flew right out the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't have to bail out, I flew out. So I came down very close to shore, and why they didn't shoot at me, maybe they did, but coming down in a parachute, but I landed and had trouble getting out of my chute, and with doing that, I lost my backpack, lost my raft, lost everything I had was a Mae West.
Okay.
And luckily they taught me how to swim in pre-flight.
Right.
So we were briefed the day before that they were going to pick us up with a periscope if we were too close to shore. They put a periscope up. Oh, we laughed like crazy. Oh, it just sounded. The next thing I saw was a periscope coming over the horizon. And they were shooting at me all the time. I didn't realize that a submarine came in to save you, they'd be shooting at it too.
Yeah.
So it submerged, and I finally grabbed hold of the periscope, and they pulled me out. It took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Wow.
That was it.
And then next from the submarine,
I stayed on aboard the submarine. They had to finish their tour of duty. I stayed on for a month. Ran radio watches. They made us work.
Okay.
There were 5 of us aboard.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
So tell me about life aboard the submarine, the limited time that you were aboard there. What was that like?
It's a very, very, you think it's dangerous, but it's a very peaceful, very quiet, it's great. Food is excellent.
Good food?
Oh yeah, it was, I didn't mind it at all, it was great.
Can you remember the name of the submarine?
Stingray,
Stingray.
USS Stingray. The main thing was I went down to Connetar. I was cut up pretty bad, shot, and a bosun's mates, farmer's mates sewed me up. But the strange thing was I came down to Connetar and got in the first room there. There was a guy I went to high school with.
Oh, really? Wow, what a small world.
Yeah, that's what the skipper said. He said, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But we stayed there a month, and then we came back, and I finished my tour of duty, and came back, reformed, went back out.
Now tell me, I want to bring it to when you were in Japan now, in Tokyo.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because you're with the enemy now. The war is over. How were the people?
They were very docile. They looked like some of the big Marine type of guys, or sort of all, just weren't too friendly, but the main population was very friendly. Very friendly.
Wow.
And I bought a few souvenirs and things all the time. But the main thing that got my attention is what the incendiary bombs did to these areas. Not just Tokyo City. They killed hundreds of thousands of people. People don't. They talk about the atomic bomb killing X number of people.
Right.
There are many more people who were killed with the incendiaries and the atomic bomb. And I was just glad that, it ended the war.
Yeah.
They say that if we had made a landing there,
the American losses.
Losses would have been horrendous on both sides. They're defending their homeland.
Yeah.
I just think it was the most humanitarian thing in the world to drop those 2 bombs.
Yeah. Now tell me, food aboard the Hornet. How was chow?
Never as good as a Stingray. No.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's all right. Hey,
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. You're out there for 3-4 months. What do you expect? But food aboard the submarine was excellent.
It was very good.
Food was fine.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Fantastic. Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can't thank you enough.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you.
Okay, you're going to come to the